Hi, Willow. Yeah, I think just like Linda mentioned, the balance stuff, I didn't realize it actually last night, but after Linda pointed out, I think yes, indeed, probably your three, third, four, the what is that the three-fourth the part of your design that's a little bit heavy because your the they're more like for example here that's the dark that the value is pretty dark, and this large black point of emphasis that's kind of draw people's eyes. So that's two big parts. They're more obvious compared with the rest of your design. I mean, the rest of the point of emphasis in your work. So my suggestion would be whether you could rearrange the value around. I mean, or the point of emphasis around, because um, let me think. Probably you can bring some lighter value here to overlap part of this point of emphasis and this point of emphasis. Then you can switch this like this part and this part, like this middle kind of from the lightest graded to the uh, darker middle value. This part of a point of emphasis overlap um, this this black point of emphasis. So this two switch. So here is the black from the darkest to the lightest, and here would be from the middle to the lightest, and here would be probably also could be the middle to the lightest, and here would be I mean something could be like similar to this one to overlap. I mean, sorry, to balance your design. Yeah, indeed. Right now, the this part, it seems like much easier to draw viewers' eyes compared with this the rest of the point of emphasis, especially for this too, because even for the gradation here, that's a little bit subtle. Also, the I think another thing to have this kind of impact is because your skill, because the vanishing boundaries between this and this, that's really hard. I recommend probably lower this step a little bit, and also probably lighter. Just make it a tiny bit lighter. Uh, that could help. And this one could be go darker. Could be light. Make it a little bit lighter. Um, Tiny bit lighter. But I mean, your first two steps are really successful, and the nice steps are also gorgeous. But the eighth, I think, is definitely could go a tiny bit lighter. Or I think your achromatic eighth. I'm not sure whether this is the eighth or seven. If this is the eighth, probably you could make your achromatic scale a tiny bit darker. I think just make sure, revisit your achromatic scale, make sure that is successful before you move to your monochromatic scale. Because if you don't have a successful achromatic scale, that can affect your vanishing boundaries. So make sure you have a successful achromatic scale first. Let me know if you still have any other questions about your design.